But first, I've got this update on yet another manhunt that we're watching very closely in yet another neighboring state, Arkansas, and another sleepless night for the people in the Ozarks. 3 days ago, a convicted rapist and first-degree murderer put on a fake law enforcement uniform and simply walked out of the maximum security facility where he was supposed to be serving a 50-year sentence. His name is Grant Hardin, and if cops are having trouble getting eyes on him, it may be because Hardin knows how easy it is to stay one step ahead of him. He's a former cop himself, 30 years in uniform, and not just a cop, a police chief. Grant Hardin has now been on the run for more than 3 days, and people with personal ties to this violent felon don't know if he just wants to get away or if he's hell-bent on getting revenge. Let's go live to northern Arkansas right now in the Ozarks, the last place that Grant Hardin was seen. Our NewsNation correspondent Xavier Walton is there live. Okay, so Xavier, what's the latest on the search for this guy?
Well, obviously, it continues as night has fallen, and we're going to get ready to enter into day 5. But let me say this, Ashleigh. We received a tip. We started up our day in Calico Rock. We received a tip that an 18-wheeler had given him a ride about 70 miles south to where we are here in Twin Groves. Now, we did reach out to the Arkansas Department of Corrections because they are heading this investigation. They're remaining pretty tight-lipped about this information, so to speak, but just speaking to people here, they said that he was in this area. Again, we got to preface it by saying we haven't confirmed that with the Department of Corrections with Arkansas. But up in Calico Rock, you know, we spoke to several people. We were even there along the train tracks because residents told us they had seen prison guards on horseback. They had seen dogs going up and down the train tracks. This is, again, day 3, and this is what it looked like. I asked the guys on horseback, I said, hey, have you seen anything yet? He said no. And then I started speaking to residents. I spoke to a gentleman at the corner store. Then I spoke to someone in the hardware store. Some people certainly are alarmed, are scared because they know about his reputation, Grant Hardin being the devil in the Ozarks. And then I spoke to somebody else. Listen to what she had to say.
I've got my 9 on me at all times, in the house, outside the house, and yesterday when I went into my garden, I was packing and my dad was packing, so.
So you're not really worried about your specific safety?
No, I'm worried about my neighbors. I've got an old neighbor, she's about 80, 90, widow, and I'm worried about her more than anything.
And another thing we noticed, Ashleigh, was that at the checkpoints in and out of Calico Rock, people were obviously lifting up their trunks and that sort of thing. A lot of the people that were there, they weren't really scared because they were armed. They said they were packing. Something else to mention, we're still trying to figure out where he is, obviously, with law enforcement. We're talking to people outside of this truck stop saying that their loved ones say that they know where he is. They've seen him. So we're still on the track, again, as we enter into day 5, that Grant Hardin escaped from that prison.
Xavier, I just have a couple seconds left, but I got to ask you this. You look at this guy's picture, and he's old and he's fat. I don't mean to be pejorative, but this guy ain't exactly Bear Grylls. Do they think it's going to be easy to track him?
Well, it seems like, at least the people that I've talked to and the law enforcement that I've talked to, they're going to get this guy. They are confident that they're going to get him. We were on live earlier, and we watched, it had to be 6 or 7 state troopers just beeline south, and we followed them. I think they're pretty confident they're going to get this guy within the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll have to see if that actually happens.
Xavier Walton, just break into programming if you hear anything, and thanks for tracking. That's tough. That's tough terrain, so really appreciate it. This is a good opportunity for me to bring in Nathan Smith. Nathan Smith is a former prosecutor in Benton County, Arkansas, and he's the guy who helped to put Grant Hardin in prison in the first place. That 50-year sentence for murder and rape was the result of 2 separate plea deals. Gosh, Mr. Smith, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to get your first thought when you heard that this extraordinarily dangerous and conniving man, a former police chief, had busted out of prison. Were you worried about your own security, given that you were the guy helping to put him away?
Well, thanks so much, Ashleigh, for having me and for covering the story. Hopefully the publicity will help catch him. It's shocking that when I heard that he escaped. As far as, concerned, everyone's concerned. I don't think people need to live in fear. I do think they need to be alert, kind of like the previous folks were saying, be vigilant, and hopefully that will help law enforcement get to him, because like they have said, he's a dangerous and desperate individual right now.
So there's a quote that I read that you gave, and it gave me chills. I mean, I've never assumed that guys in prison are all a picnic, but you said this about him. He's a sociopath. Prison's full of people who are all bad. It's full of a lot of people who just do bad things. Not full of people who are all bad. It's full of a lot of people who just do bad things. Grant is different. Tell me what you meant by that.
Well, I think you have to look at what the crimes Grant committed. You've got the first aspect that he put his hand in the air and took an oath to protect and serve as a law enforcement officer. He betrayed public trust. Then you've got the actual crimes themselves that are just heinous and horrific and vile. The fact that he murdered a man in cold blood for no apparent justifiable reason that anyone can really pinpoint, Mr. James Appleton. And then after he was in prison for that, and he had a DNA sample taken as part of being processed into prison, it was learned that he was a match for a cold case of a rape case in 1997 at an elementary in Rogers, where a school teacher named Miss Amy Harrison was in her classroom that day working, and a masked man invaded. It was a Sunday. She was preparing for the week to come. A masked man invaded and attacked her at gunpoint. And it was never known who that person was until he was convicted in the murder case. And then it was proven that he was the rapist as well. So between those two events, roughly 20 years elapsed. And during that time, he appeared to all the world to lead a relatively normal life and even worked as a law enforcement officer. So you're thinking about someone who can live and compartmentalize that kind of an evil deed for that long. And so I do think Grant Hardin is different than a lot of people that we deal with.
Do you think he's clever enough to be able to stay hidden? Or do you think, as I mentioned in the prior segment, that he's out of shape and he's old and he's no match for tough marshals?
Yeah, well, I'm certainly not the guy to defend Grant Hardin in any way. So I'm happy to agree that he's old and out of shape. I definitely would put my money on law enforcement in this case. I think that they're moving heaven and earth to find him. And I think that with him being in hopefully in isolated areas and the net closing, my hope is that they're going to get him soon. I have a lot of confidence in law enforcement. I know in this case, they're doing literally everything they can do to find him. Everyone knows it's so important that he be recaptured.
Former Benton County, Arkansas prosecutor Nathan Smith, watch your six, my friend. He's a wily guy. He's not like the others, like you said, and who knows if he's hell-bent on revenge. But stay close to us as well as we continue to follow this. Thanks for being on.
Thanks so much for having me. Thanks for covering the story.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.